أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the realm of Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 214.
أم حسبتم أن تدخلوا الجنة ولما يأتكم مثل الذين خلوا من قبلكم مستهم البأساء والضراء وزلزلوا حتى يقول الرسول والذين آمنوا معه متى نصر الله ألا إن نصر الله قريب.
Or do you think that you will enter paradise while such trials have not yet come to you, as came to those who passed on before you? They were touched by adversity and hardship, and were shaken until even their messenger and those who believed with him said, "When is the help of Allah?" Unquestionably, the help of Allah is near. This verse is connected to the preceding ones, where Allah commanded reconciliation and peace, clarified the causes of disputes and conflicts, and guided humanity to the innate nature upon which they were created, their need for cooperation among themselves. This necessity became even more pressing as their numbers increased and their desires multiplied, leading to disputes and conflicts. Therefore, Allah sent messengers as bearers of glad tidings and warners, and revealed the scripture with truth to judge between people in what they differed. Among them were those who went astray due to their ignorance and rejected their prophets, while others, by Allah's guidance, were led to the truth. In this verse, the address is directed to those whom Allah has guided to peace and has brought out from the darkness of discord to the light of the book, whether at the time of its revelation or in any era thereafter. They assume that merely affiliating with Islam is sufficient to enter paradise, unaware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's established law for his guided servants since creation, that the path of truth and the guidance of others is fraught with trials, hardships, afflictions, harm, and suffering. This address extends to all who are chosen for this great role throughout the ages. This verse makes it clear that the path to paradise is surrounded by hardships. As the Prophet ﷺ said, paradise is surrounded by hardships and hellfire is surrounded by desires. The bliss of paradise is a lofty elevation that only those who strive can attain. The greater the hardship and the longer the duration, the greater the reward. Along with the pleasure of Allah, which is the highest achievement, trials come in different forms. Adversity, al-ba'sa, which includes external hardships and calamities, such as fierce wars or looming dangers. Distress, ad-darra, which refers to physical afflictions like severe wounds, chronic diseases, or distressing psychological pain. These afflictions may intensify and become as unsettling as earthquakes, shaking the souls of believers violently. However, while these tremors shake their emotions, they do not overturn their faith or break their spirit. Rather, they purify and cleanse them from any impurities that may cling to them. Adversity and distress may also affect the community as a whole. Collective adversity includes enemy invasions, continuous aggression, and relentless persecution of the people of truth, depriving them of security and stability. Collective distress includes poverty, illness, and the infiltration of hypocrites within the ranks of believers who spread false rumors and discourage those of weak faith during encounters with enemies. It also includes the loss of wealth, lives, and crops, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 155.
وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ.
And we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger, and a loss of wealth and lives and fruits, but give good tidings to the patient. The general meaning of the verse, did you, O believers, think that you would enter paradise simply by believing, without experiencing the same hardships that afflicted those before you, trials that tested their lives and wealth, fears that alarmed and terrified them, until their messenger and the believers with him, having reached the limits of human endurance, cried out, when will the help of Allah come? This is a profound, awe-inspiring trial that even the Prophet ﷺ and his devoted followers, those firmly connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, would ask, when will the help of Allah come? Illustrates the severity of the ordeal. It must have been an immense hardship beyond description, casting its shadow over such steadfast hearts, compelling them to utter that anguished question, when will the help of Allah come? But when hearts remain steadfast despite such a devastating trial, then Allah's decree is fulfilled and His help arrives. Unquestionably, the help of Allah is near. It is reserved for those who truly deserve it, and none deserve it except those who persevere until the very end, those who remain steadfast in the face of adversity and distress, who do not bow their heads to the storm, and who are certain that there is no victory except Allah's victory. Thus believers enter paradise deserving and worthy of it, after enduring struggle and trials, demonstrating patience and steadfastness, dedicating themselves solely to Allah, sensing His presence alone, and disregarding all else besides Him. And Allah knows best. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُّدَّكِرٍ